This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. All right, so we got Camron and Mase and Jim Jones. All right, so a gift was given to Jim Jones today. Camron lit Jim Jones up because Jim Jones was on Respectfully with Justin LeBoy, and he was talking about, oh, I started the Pink thing. I really started Dipset. Da, 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 da. Camron didn't do the right thing. Mase didn't do the right thing. Just trying to discredit Camron because he's jealous that Camron and Mase are friends now. And they started off as friends. They had a little, once they started getting money, things got, they got into a beef. Jim Jones, they weren't a beef with Mase for like 10 years. Not a real beef, like a friend beef, And, eventually Camron and Mase made up. And, Jim Jones is out here talking about, Jim Jones had the most beef. Camron goes through it. Now, but first let me say, why is this a gift? This is what Jim Jones needs right now. Jim Jones did this for a reason. Things aren't clicking right now for Jim Jones, all right? And he's got a good song out right now, okay? He remixed Problem by Cash Cobain and made it Harlem. Which is funny about that is that Jim Jones isn't from Harlem. He's from Weeks Ave in the Bronx. Ask Hellrell, okay? Hellrell's from the Bronx, proudly. I'm on the Riverdale side, but they in Weeks Ave, okay? I'm on the soft side of the Bronx in Riverdale, but above Kingsbridge isn't soft, but I'm above Kingsbridge, right? They're over on Weeks Ave. And you should be proud of where you're from. Camron grew up in Harlem. Jim Jones visited Harlem. He had family in Harlem, right? But he reps Harlem like he grew up there, right? Which is fine. They all let him rock with it because he reps it, right? But, Jim Jones is looking like a clown because he's trying to discredit Camron. Camron, like 50, is a good leader because he let everybody eat. Everybody ate. Everybody got a chance. 40 Cal, Hellrell, J.R. Ryder, Freaky Zeke, Joel Santana, Jim Jones, everybody, the A-Mafia, people were connected to the crew. Got a chance. They all got big deals. Hellrell, everybody got big deals. They were able to make some kind of money, getting six-figure advances. Okay? But the core people, even Shice Bubs is more core because Shice Bubs is Harlem, okay? And he was connected with Purple City. Did Jim Jones help out Purple City? Yeah, okay, a little more than Camron did, yeah. But still, without Jim Jones having a career, couldn't have helped out Purple City. Shice Bubs was already popping on another level, but the Purple City was, on Casa, everybody, and everybody, all those guys made history. And Camron highlights that, because he's really upset that Mase and Camron are cool again after everything that was said and done and everything. And, he was like, why are you so upset? You're friends with C. Gutter now? That was under Junior Mafia. They had beef. I think that's why he got chased out of the Rucker that day. True Life was on Jim Jones' head top for years. Even took one of his chains. Okay? They're cool again. Mandisi's, he says gunfire happened over that, and you guys were cool now. You guys are having sit-downs, and you guys are cool. French Montana, he says, you went to French Montana's movie recently, and you were being dissed in the movie, laughing in the theater, looking like a fool. And French Montana and Max B used to be on Jim Jones's head top. Because I told you, Jim Jones is the kind of guy that talks a lot. He used to hate me. Jim Jones used to hate me because I used to work with Max B. Hated me. And I used to have to see him a lot because I was working with Joel's at the time. And, one day I talked to Jim. I said, this is stupid, man, because I'm working with Max B. And I went down to Chungking and met up with him and talked with him like a man. We ended up doing some footage. But then he still hated me after that again. Jim is weird, man. Jim's a weirdo. Jim doesn't like anybody, man. He doesn't like nobody. So anyways, Camron said it's good you guys you're ending all this beef. I'm not saying it to like say anything bad. Like, it's good you're ending all this beef. It's not good to have all this beef. It's good to be friends again. And he's like, I don't know why you're mad about the 50 thing. It is what it is. It was like 17 years ago. It happened how it happened. Can't rewrite history. But Jim Jones feels left out. And that's just what it is. You know, he feels left out because Cam and Mase did something different, and they got it back for it. You should look at it as inspiration, and not like not the way he's looking at it. Jim Jones starts a lot of things and doesn't finish them. Okay, but Jim Jones is an asset to anybody. Like, he was an asset to Dipset. You can't take that away from him. He was an asset to Dipset. I don't think Camron would ever say otherwise. But he set the record straight. We didn't need you in the beginning. You were a fan. You wanted to get down, right? You were a fan. We were already popping, doing freestyles, and you kept trying to say, "Hey, you guys can come to I got a free crib. My grandma passed. You guys can hang out here." And he's like, Camron was like, "We already had Duke the God's crib and all these other cribs we could stay at. We didn't need his crib, but he seemed cool, so we started hanging out. And then we liked him so much that Mase taught him how to rap." And Jim Jones says that himself over and over again, that Mase taught him how to rap. If Mase didn't teach him how to rap, he would have never had a rap career. No, the most diabolical thing is Mase eating popcorn during the whole thing. He doesn't say a word. He just eats popcorn. That had me dying, man. You just hear him eating popcorn, enjoying the show. Camron makes it clear that Jim Jones is not from Harlem. He says, "We taught you how to. Mase taught you how to rap. How did you run Dipset when you couldn't even rap? How did you put everything together when you couldn't get a deal?" He wasn't Camron's manager. He was a connect to Camron. I remember when I first got in the game. I hate to make this about myself, but I was at the Old Boy video, and I was doing behind the scenes, right? Because that's how I was still. What was I in? I was my first year of college that year, and I bought a camera a year ago, and I pretended I worked at MTV, and I got to the Old Boy video, right? I just called them up. Somehow I got in there, and I got Jim Jones' number then. He was my connect to any, like, Dipset stuff back then. He wasn't rapping. We're talking about, like, 02, 03, So, like, yeah, like, that's what Jim Jones... And Jim Jones, I think he directed that video with Brian Barber, and then he helped direct a few other videos with Camron. Camron always gave him a chance to eat. I don't know what Jim Jones is so upset about. He's upset because he's upset because he alienated his relationship with Camron with the whole 50 Cent beef thing. It's never been the same since. And he brought it to a point where you can't kind of like once you betray somebody's trust, it's never going to be the same. Before that, if they were having conflict before that at Dipset, right? But it was only known if you worked with Dipset or like you were in the business at that time, right? This was like 05, 06, around that time, 07, right in that pocket, right? You would only know if you were working with them, but then you would notice, like, just like you wouldn't notice that there was a problem with Jewels and Lil Wayne around that time, but there was, okay? That's another reason Can't Feel My Face came out. Never came out. Lil Wayne popped around 08, 09, like really popped with Lollipop, and Jewels and Lil Wayne weren't on the same page at that time. They just weren't. It wasn't a beef, just weren't on the same page. But nobody knew. Nobody knew. The only reason I knew eventually, I was like, because I went to Lil Wayne's birthday party around that time, and Jewels didn't go. And I was like, why aren't you going? He's like, I'm going to fall back. But they're cool now. Everybody's cool. See, if you have friction with somebody and you don't take it to the public, it can be fixed. And Jim Jones took it to the public and actually betrayed him, So it's like, it's even worse. It can't be fixed. So, he says, you begged us to be in the crew. You didn't start Dipset. He exposed Jim Jones for being cool for people who put hands on him. Oh, also the Mano, the lobby boy thinks he tried to check Mano. I remember hearing about this. He tried to check Mano for putting him in some freestyle, right? And Mano wasn't having it, and then they became cool after that. And then Cameron said, "Now you're the lobby boys." You know, Jim Jones got what he wanted, because with this, Jim Jones can do a diss record, do more interviews. You know, he can turn it into something. So this is really a gift from Camron, to be honest with you. That's what this is. Don't take it as Camron destroying Jim Jones, even though I probably titled it that way. The way I take it as, this is a gift to Jim Jones. We'll give you what you want. We're not going to ignore you like you nobody. We'll give you a little back and forth. Don't expect Camron to keep addressing this, though. Seriously. Like, it's a wrap. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Let me know what you guys thought when you watched it in the comments below. Smash that like button. Peace.